Are you struggling to create good video content? If you're an online marketer in any way, shape, or form, whether it's attraction marketing or online marketing, creating nice videos is absolutely essential. And maybe you're just starting out. Well, my name's Shane Carling. I'm a coach and mentor, and I've been in the online space for a number of years now. And I'm going to show you in this video exactly how to make great videos, even if you're on a budget, what to say, how to structure it, what to do, what kind of equipment do you need. We're going to cover all of that in this video. So pay close attention. I'm going to go over some things here, and I'm going to try to make this as simple as possible. Now, the first thing you need to understand is that there's different levels to this game. All right, now if you're starting off, you might not have a crazy huge budget to spend thousands of dollars on video. Maybe all you've got is a phone. And I'm telling you right now that that is all you really need. Look, we all saw Ty Lopez here in my garage, right, with the Lamborghinis and stuff like that. It wasn't even about the Lamborghinis. He just had his phone, and that became one of the most virally marketed videos in history. That video made him famous. Now, that wasn't his first video. He had taken many, many thousands of videos. He had split test many, many things. And so before you get into videos, before you get into content, just understand this, that you've got to be consistent with it, okay? And you got to keep going, and you got to keep practicing. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go over some things that you need. The first thing you need is a camera or a phone. That's it. Okay, if you've got that, you can make great videos. Now, depending on your budget, we're going to go over some different options that you can add into it, okay? Now, the second thing that you're going to need, obviously, is lighting. Now, you can go to Amazon, and you can buy for anywhere from $50 to $150 a lighting kit, okay, with like the big, light canopies and etc. Myself, here's what I have. I've got this right here. I've got a ring light, and I also have this, a smaller ring light. This was $34 Canadian. I'm Canadian. This is $34 on Amazon. All right, but the cool thing about this is I can change the color spectrum, okay, and I can change the brightness, and it's really nice and portable. So it makes it easy if I want to go out and shoot some videos to get some good lighting, because you want to make sure that you're not in shadows. I've seen a lot of videos where people are doing videos and they don't stand out because they're a silhouette. So be mindful of your background, okay? If it's a really bright background, you're going to need lights. Now, Shane, what do I do if I don't even have a light, but I just have my phone? Great question. Here's what you do. Face the light. Face a window so that your face is well lit. All right? So that's what you want to focus on is making sure that you are well lit. All right? That's very, very important. Now, the other thing that you're going to need is a tripod. Okay? So I'm going to show you some different options here for tripods. So there's these types of guys right here, okay, these little Gorilla tripods. If you're going out and about, what I like about these Gorilla tripods is, you can wrap them around a tree or a pole, etc., and they're really kind of fun, okay? I really like this one here, this Joby. All right, now again, there's all sorts of different price ranges. This one was like $60. However, you can go to a dollar store and you can get them for a few bucks. They're very, very inexpensive, okay? I like this one because it's got there's no spring attached. It's simple. I just go like this and lock it, and then I can tighten it on the phone, and it's really, really a simple, easy thing to do. Also, this Joby comes with a little Bluetooth clicker, so I can actually remove that Bluetooth clicker, set this up, and take pictures, right? Which is cool for marketing purposes. All right, so there's also these guys here. Now, I've got another phone here, all right, but a bigger one, all right, if you got a bigger camera, okay? But again, get yourself a tripod. Now, again, those tripods will scale in range on how much they cost. If you really want to go level up, all right, then what you're going to want is this, the DJI Osmo Gimbal. It is phenomenal because what happens is you can move your phone and it keeps everything nice and smooth. So here I am. I'm probably going to do a split screen with this. I'm shaking my phone all around, but the image is actually pretty solid. So when you're walking, for example, okay, if you're walking, look at the difference here. If I'm shaking my hand on this phone here, as opposed to this one, it's nice and smooth. on the DJI. And what it does is it gives a nice flow. In fact, I get so many comments from people who are asking me, Shane, what are you using? I'm like, well, it's this DJI gimbal. Click my link on Amazon. Okay, so that's your tripod setup. Now, the other thing, which is good to have but not essential, is a lapel mic. You can see right here, I've got this lapel mic on my shirt. The key with the lapel mic is you don't want to have it too close. Okay, you want to have it more below the clavicle. Okay, you want to have it sort of mid-chest area. Too high up and it'll start getting all muffly sounding, and it's just not a good thing. A couple quality lapel mics you can get. Now, I've been using this Rode. These are, I believe, $99. Okay. Canadian, I think it was 99 Canadian. So in the States it might be there. You can get them at Best Buy, you can get them at Amazon, you can get them anywhere. And if you have an iPhone, you're going to need one of these things here. And again, this is good to have because it can reduce outside noise, but it's not essential. It just depends on your budget and how much you have to invest in your setup. And again, phones are all you actually need. It's just how big you want to go. Now after that, you're going to need potentially, it depends, you can get a green screen. I'm not using a green screen here, but sometimes they're useful for certain purposes. Let's talk about green screen costs. Again, they're about $20, okay? When you're using video editing software, the nice thing is you eliminate the color green, and then it'll just be you standing up and you can insert any video or image in the background. We'll talk about that. But let's talk about how to actually look good on the camera. All right, now there's this thing called the rule of thirds. So if you go to your phone, what you're going to do on the iPhone, click on Settings. Click on Settings, and when you click on Settings, you scroll down until you see Camera. Okay? Scroll down in Settings until you see Camera. Click on Camera and turn your grid on. Why? Well, if you have grid on, what's going to happen is it's going to have these lines going across the screen. Okay? Right exactly here. I'm literally drawing on the lines as I'm doing this. Okay? And what happens is now you can see these, this grid of 9 squares on your phone. And what you want to make sure is that you are not in the middle. Okay, you want to make sure you're in the top 2/3, okay, or on the side or over here, but it helps you get better staging, better, placement in your video, okay? Because it's, if someone's doing a video like this is fine, but it's not as powerful as literally just being in the top 2/3, okay? So again, turn grid on and be mindful. So you always want to make sure that you're present and that you're looking good on your camera. Now, the other thing you want to do in your camera settings is go to Camera again, go to Settings, go to Camera. On Samsungs or Android phones, you can actually just do this right from the camera. Click on the settings, click the little gearbox. You don't need to do 4K, but depending on how you want the video to look, you could do 60 frames a second on high HD, 60 frames a second. Why? Well, 60 frames a second gives it this sort of almost surreal look. It's very fluid, very flowy, okay? It almost looks unreal. It's kind of a neat thing, but again, it stands out. You want your videos to stand out. And by HD 60 frames a second, that's exactly what I've got this on, okay? Because I'm recording on 2 phones, I can't really switch midway here and show you the difference. Actually, hang on a second, I can. So I'm going to switch on this phone, and then I'm going to show you a video done at a different frame rate, just so you can have a comparison here. All right, so we'll go now to 30 frames a second. So we just had at HD 60 frames a second. Now we're at 30. All right, so now you can see on the background, it's a little more jaggedy, right? It's not as fluid, which is a different type of style. It's a different type of look, okay? So again, be mindful on your settings, because you want to have a signature style of signature look, and you want your stuff to stand out. So this is 30 frames a second. In fact, now we're going to try 24 frames a second. So on the iPhone, the only way you can get 24 frames a second is at 4K. So this is going to be high resolution. But here you go. Now you can see it's even a little bit more jaggedy. So for example, if I'm going like this, okay, on this phone here, there's not much lag. On this phone, on this 24 frames a second, you can see there's more blur between my fingers. So you pick your frame rate and then you stick with it. So let's go back here. I'm going to go back to 1080p, 60 frames a second, and we're going to go with that. Okay, so now that we've got our frame rate set up, we know about the rule of thirds, and we want to be able to create some awesome content, what the heck are we even going to talk about? Well, let's talk about what we're going to talk about. So there's 3 different types of videos that you can create. The first one would be an introduction. Okay, an introduction video, just letting people know who you are. Then there's educational series. So this would be more of an educational series. I'm showing you how to make videos. And then there is the work with me. So this would be where you've shown so much value to people and you're solving problems for them, and you're saying, hey, listen, I just helped you solve XYZ problem. I can help you solve even more problems. Work with me, get this program, get this free workbook, sign up on my list, etc. And you can do a call to action, okay? So let's talk about how to make a great intro on your video. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to talk about who you are and what you do, okay? So for example, if I was to introduce myself to you, I'd say, my name is Shane Carling, and I'm a marketer and a mentor. I could say a musician, marketer, and a mentor. I could say these things, right? Whatever it is that is going to let the person know kind of what you're doing, okay? And then you want to basically let them know you're unique. Like, why should they keep paying attention? Well, if you're introducing a problem, like I did at the very beginning, is, are you having a hard time finding or figuring out how to make good quality videos? Well, a lot of people are marketers, and so that's a call to that pain point. They're trying to figure out how to make good quality videos, and so I called them out. I called you out. You're here now for a reason, because I called you out. Now you're learning. You're in a process with me, okay? And the other thing is just to be yourself. There's 2 ways you can do videos. You can wing it or you can script it. I like to wing videos. It is what it is, and if you're not comfortable winging it, script it. But ultimately it's a little bit better energetically if you can just know what you're talking about and flow through what you're talking about. All right. Now, something else that you want to do is think about a topic wheel. Okay, think about all of the different things that you know, and things that are trending and things that are relevant. And what I would recommend that you do, if you're trying to find out things to add value to, things to talk about, is get this app. It's called Simple Mind Plus. Okay, get this, and it's a bubble tree thing. And what you can do, and I just kind of started on something here, is you can create a topic wheel. Okay, so you can say who you are in the middle, and make a little bubble for every different thing that you can talk about. Okay, where you have a little bit of insight into, and then what you're going to do is break that topic down. So say health. Okay, great. I'm sure you got lots of stuff to share on health. Well, what are the different aspects of health? Diet, exercise, nutrition, detoxification, hydration, rest, stretching, etc. So you can break all of these things down, and then try to break them down even further. What else can you talk about? What other things can you break down? And so you can take a great juicy topic, and you can break it down into a series of video talks that are between 3 and 5 minutes. And what I would recommend that you do is, let's just say that you're going to talk about hydration. Okay, so what are some things that you can actually break down in hydration? Well, you can talk about problems with tap water, problems with bottled water. You can talk about alkalized water? What is it, right? And you can have these as like chapters, and you can do it in a 3-minute, 4-minute, 5-minute speech. But if you have every topic or subtopic broke down like a little chapter and maybe have it on some notes in front of you, and you can see the timer. This is just a little trick I use. You see the little timer above your face on a lot of the cameras out there, okay? If you're on selfie mode, then you can aim to get each topic done within, say, a minute. That way you can shoot that content out and boost that content on something like Instagram. So again, lots of ways to think about content, but the main thing is get your equipment and your lighting set up, get a tripod, get comfortable in front of the camera, know the rule of thirds, make sure you're well positioned. If you want to go a little bit more, you can get a lapel mic, which is fantastic. And then you want to just be yourself, but know how to start a video off. Know how to start a video off. You literally have a quarter of a second to get their attention. So you got to hook them right away. And you got to speak specifically to what their pain or problem is, all right? Now, if you're doing any type of affiliate marketing or with any type of product, know what your product is, know its value, know what problems it solves, and literally just call people out. Speak to those problems. If you're teaching people how to make money, speak to that problem. What are their pains? What are their struggles? What is it that they're going through? You know, look, I'll give you a couple keys. So many people are marketers who are feeling stuck. They're feeling frustrated. They're running out of leads. They've tried running ads and they just blew a bunch of money, but then they got a little gun shy because they just spent all this money and they don't know how to read the data properly. And so they think that they just wasted all this cash and they don't want to do it again. And the reality is it costs money to market online because you got to buy ad space. You've got to, not only do you have to get your ads out there, but you got to split test. You've got to keep testing. You've got to keep testing, and it costs money. So that's a pain for a lot of people because they have short-term vision and they don't realize the long-term compounding effect. How can you speak a message to those people who have tried and show them that there's a better solution? How about people who are doing a traditional network marketing company, who have burnt through their list, who have called everybody, who can't even get an event going? How can you teach them how to meet new people? How can you show them that it's okay? And hey, if I've been there as well, I've burnt through my list so many times, but I found some amazing ways to go and network and meet new people, right? And so how can you call them out? How can you speak to that pain? And don't just talk about the pain and agitate the pain, point towards the future. So, you know, you're speaking to your audience, you're calling them out by speaking to what they're suffering with, what they're going through, what their pains are, and then you're letting them know that you have a solution, and then you're future casting, you're painting a vision and creating an experience and a feeling of what it's going to be like when they actually can have that success, when they listen to your mentoring and coaching, when they plug into your program. What is the feeling? Like, I can tell you right now that it feels absolutely amazing to learn how to do attraction marketing. It feels absolutely incredible to know that all I really have to do is make valuable content videos and just keep working at it, and people keep reaching out to me wanting to work with me. I no longer have to go out there and pound the pavement. I no longer have to go out there and make 1 million phone calls to people who don't answer my phone calls, send texts to people who just bounce a text message back to me and they're like, oh, what is this? Is this one of those things? I don't even have to do that because my marketing and my messaging is literally going out to the people who want it. Hallelujah. It's freaking amazing. This is what you want to share with people. That feeling, that hope you want to inspire. But you can't just give hope and inspiration. You've got to let people, you got to wake people up a little bit to the pains and frustrations that they are either experiencing but ignoring that they're experiencing. Does this make sense? All right, so let's just recap here. Again, you can follow me for extra videos. I'm going to have a lot of awesome content for you guys. To recap, all you really need is a camera. But if you want to level it up, make sure you get some lighting, okay, and a tripod or tripods. If you have it within your means or budget, get a couple different cameras. I use 2 iPhones, you know, because it's really easy for me to sync iPhones. And when it comes to editing, there's one more thing. Get microphones. Okay, get a green screen if you need it, but also editing software. This is one thing I was going to talk on, but now we'll talk about this. So iMovie, Windows, like the video editor for Windows is fine as well. A lot of times you can actually just edit the video on your phone. And here's the last little secret I'm going to give you guys is if you want to do vlog stuff and you want to have those little jump cuts, there's an app called Vlog Easy, okay, and it's under $100 for a year, and what it will do is it'll take a whole video that you've got put together, and it can jump cut it. What it means is you can have this program snip out every single moment where there's silence, so you can get those, those cut shots. So it's a really cool program. But again, learn how to edit on iMovie and put stuff together. Now, that is a totally different training. Today is just giving you the fundamentals and the basics on how to get set up, the different levels that you can do up to an intermediate budget, and to really help you understand how to structure your stuff and your content. Here's the main thing. Just make videos. Make lots of content. Keep making more content. This video might be the one video that I think is awesome, but that's okay. I can make more trainings on this. I can say this whole training 10,000 different ways, 1,000,000 different ways, and maybe I will. Maybe I will. But I'm more caught up in just getting it done and doing it rather than worrying about how it's going to get done because success loves speed. You have an idea, do it. Don't sit there and hesitate, rethink, oh, I should have done this, I should have said that, because what's going to happen is you become the world's biggest critic of yourself and you'll never release stuff. So this video might be awesome, it might be a B grade video, it might be C, at least I did it. Do you understand? That's the main thing. Do it. All right, so I love you. I hope you have an amazing day. We'll be putting out more videos because I'm going to do what I'm showing you how to do. Take care, guys.